Hello again, YouTube. My name is Bree, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a sketchbook tour. So this sketchbook, as you can see, is from 2018. It's definitely an older one. I believe this is my first completed watercolor sketchbook. This one is from Mossery. It's before they started making the hardcover. And yeah, conveniently I dated it, so I remember. This particular sketchbook is either going to be really great or really embarrassing. I've not looked through it again, so I don't really remember what's in here. I just opened the first page and censored like my personal information. I do have some little sticky tabs in case I have to censor anything else because I don't really remember what's in here with a few exceptions. So let's get into it. So generally I was going to say generally I don't fill out these, but apparently I was very motivated. Wow, I really don't remember this. I don't even know what pens these are. The colors don't look familiar at all. But, oh, I guess it's mild liners. Wow, that's really, really embarrassingly cheesy. So, oh my god. Okay, so I know my goal for this particular sketchbook was to do backgrounds, do full watercolor pieces. Well, I said this is my first finished watercolor sketchbook. I had a couple before that I pretty much dismissed. I'm like talking over my mic and not over my sketchbook. This is weird. So, I had other ones that I started with, and I did some mixed media sketchbooks with a little watercolor in there, but I knew I wanted to do backgrounds. This was an expensive sketchbook. It was a big investment at the time, and I'm like, oh, I have to really commit. So I don't really use these front pages. More goals. Look at me. Yeah, I want to do backgrounds. Every piece was going to have a background. I think that fell through pretty quickly, but we'll see. I wanted to avoid using supplementary materials, so I wanted to be able to use like pure watercolor. I don't know if that happened in this because I know I use color pencil. I probably use ink still. I don't remember. And I don't think I completed this in 2018, so we'll see how I did with my goals. Okay, hold on. So we're going to pause this video real quick because future Bree has an important message. I was not particularly kind to myself in this video, and I wanted to address that before we proceed so you could go in with that same thought I'm having now. Looking at the sketchbook today, looking at it now, I don't think this is a bad sketchbook. In my head, this was a really good sketchbook. I worked really hard. I tried a lot. I pushed a lot. And that concept of this was really good grew with me. And so despite this being 3 years old, I haven't really reflected back on it overly much since I finished it. I tend to shelve a sketchbook and it lives on its shelf now. And so think back to something you created 3 years ago, a paper you wrote that you were really proud of, a piece of art, a piece of music, something you did a long time ago that you thought was amazing and then you shelved for a while. And when you pull that back out, that concept of what was really good stayed with you, and you might review it and cringe because it's not what you consider good today. So I guess I don't know why. Obviously, I've grown a lot as an artist, so I see a lot of my flaws from before. I mean, I see a lot of my flaws today now when I finish a piece, but I could look at it and be like, I'm proud of this. I'm ready to move on to something new, and in the future, I'm going to try to address these things. And I mean, that's how you grow. But for something you did 3 years ago, you're going to see a lot more of those flaws. And for some reason, in my head, this sketchbook was like a shining example of Bree excellence. So I was rediscovering that and realigning my expectations as I went. So looking at the sketchbook today, I filmed the tour last night. I'm still really proud of what I accomplished here. And I've grown since then. It's been a long time. That's expected. So yeah, keep that in mind. I don't hate my old art. I'm just understanding how much I've changed and grown and developed. And that's a good thing. So yeah, I mean, if you like these pieces, I really appreciate it, and I do too. I don't want to be I don't want to talk about everything like it's bad, and I'm here criticizing your taste and my own prior abilities. It's fine, it's good. I'm just dealing with that. And also, a sketchbook, it's kind of like a diary. It's how you feel, it's where you're at the time that you're creating each and every page. And reflecting back on that isn't easy. And even when I post sketchbook pages to social media, I can do that selectively. I can sit there and go, hey, this piece I didn't really like, and I'm not going to share it. But when you're doing a sketchbook tour, you're sharing everything, and it's a very personal matter, I guess. I didn't realize how much it was going to be like me sharing parts of myself that I don't know, I put away years ago. So yeah, there was that aspect of it too that just made me a little uncomfortable, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to put you back to Pastbury so you could actually watch the sketchbook tour. See you later. Whew, okay, so let's go ahead and start with a quick story because clearly this sketchbook started with a story. So I guess, oh, hey, look, I dated these. All right, I finished this on the 3rd. So I don't think every page is going to have a story, and this is probably still going to go on too long, so bear with me. In 2017, this story has a happy ending, don't worry. At the New Year's Eve, my brother went and he took his puppy on a walk. He did it when it was still light out before fireworks started, and someone set off some really big fireworks in his parking lot of his apartment complex, and his dog got away from them, and she fled into the woods. And I think it took 5 days. They spent 5 days looking for their dog, and sometime during that, I drew this. This isn't my brother. This isn't even his dog. He does have a golden retriever, but she's a lot darker. But this was my, I couldn't really do anything to help, and I felt really bad, and I just wanted them to be reunited. So the story basically ends, one day there's this woman who's at, I think, Target doing some shopping, and she opens her car door to load in her stuff, and my brother's dog jumps into her car and just sits herself on this woman's front seat and smiles at her, and she doesn't know what to do, so she took a picture and put it on Facebook, and other people had seen the missing dog reports and sent that over, and they reunited. And she turned out to be a realtor, so she also, 6 months later, helped them buy their first house. So they have a big old yard for their dog, and they haven't had any problems since, but she's still fairly traumatized of fireworks. So yeah, not my brother, not his dog, but just, yeah. I don't like this one. This is, okay. So, yeah, I think this was just very, what was in at the time, the whole, I don't know, we got galaxy aesthetic and cozy home plants on the wall. I don't know. I was new to backgrounds and I was trying, so am I covering things? I'm sorry. I don't even know I don't know where I am here. I'm trying to deal with the fact I'm very embarrassed about this sketchbook already, so sorry. I'm going to try to not apologize too much. Okay, but yeah, so this was still January 2018. Yeah, don't like this one. I remember these. I'm going to get all weird. Okay, so this particular one was for my, I guess, sister-in-law. Oh God, I'm going to be really embarrassed if she watches this. My brother-in-law's wife. She's an artist, and she had drawn a bee night, I guess, and so I wanted to draw that character for her birthday, and she's way better at art than I am, so this is kind of embarrassing. Oh my God, these are so old, guys. Yeah, so don't know what the story here was, except I remember I learned about hooded crows, and I thought they were cool, so I wanted to paint one. And I guess everything else just came together. I'm thinking, I don't know why a hooded crow would be in the desert, but I'm thinking this was pretty much using my first Daniel Smith watercolors, which were the secondary set. So maybe because the purples and the greens, it definitely got a secondary color vibe. So I think that's what was going on here. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't like this. This is so embarrassing. Okay. Ooh, this video is going to be terrible. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I really don't have anything to say about this. I don't really remember doing this one, and I don't like it. He has no pants. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you know me. If you've been around for a while, I used to draw a lot of really beat up guys, and I guess this is kind of where it started. I don't know the story behind this. I vaguely remember this one. I remember being really excited about the texture and the bricks in the background, and I'm still kind of like excited about that. I probably spent more time on the background than the piece itself. Yeah. And this is a companion piece. I do vaguely remember this. This was a companion piece for the one before it. I don't know if he was supposed to be the jailer or what, but I like the bricks still. I need to get better at backgrounds. I still have not worked on that. Okay, so this one. This was, I think, the first Draw This in Your Style I did. Nadia Rausa, I think that's how you pronounce her name, did one where it was basically she opened up her entire Instagram page and was like, draw anything in your style. And I waited to kind of like the last minute to submit because I also want to be the first mermaid piece. So she had this cool mermaid. And yeah, so that's what this was. And I remember being really proud of this because like this was I persevered kind of thing. The blue I used for the background, I really didn't know watercolor properties back then, and I remember it being exceptionally staining, and it came out really blotchy, and I wanted to quit after just doing the wash in the background. I was so upset. And yeah, I definitely pushed through it, and I forgot how much I used to use like mica, the gold mica, so everything's a little shiny. I don't know if you could tell that on the camera. And yeah, I remember being really proud of this at the time, all the hair flow, and I remember getting some compliments. Someone told me it was the best piece I ever... Oh, wow, there was a spike in the audio. I'll have to try not to deafen you guys. Someone had told me this was the best piece I'd ever painted, and I was so proud of that, and that changed after I did another one, and that's in a different sketchbook, and I think I'm going to have to share that with you. I'll get back to that because it ties into something else. I'm remembering things now. So yeah, still mermaid. I guess this is where I kind of gave up on the whole background thing. I really was afraid of blue and the staining properties after that last one. And so this was like a jellyfish mermaid. I wanted to do like different sea creatures. I definitely did not do 31 days. I think I aimed for like 10. Yeah. It's a thing. I don't know what to say. And No, I did not get... Maybe that was the end of Mermaid. No, it's not. There's another one in here. So yeah, then I was playing God of War, and is his name Atreus? Boy. I really liked God of War. And this particular... I should go revisit this game. And yeah, I still really like how that sash turned out. I'm having a really hard time going through this, but I like the sash. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, guys. Okay, more than I thought. I really don't remember this one. This is obviously a lot of color pencil. I struggled with green watercolor, like a lot. And I might still, I don't know. But yeah, that's clearly color pencil. Probably a lot of color pencil for the scales. Interesting color choices. I don't hate this one. Maybe. I don't have anything to say about it. Yes, okay. This is the one that I knew was related. I need to stop smacking things because it makes loud noises. Hold on. I need to get the other sketchbook. Okay, so another sketchbook time. This is a bee paper, aqua bee. Hold on. Can we see that? Okay. So yeah, I had done some of the mermaid for this year in this one, and I think I had another really small sketchbook that I did a couple sketches like in the car just to try to hit my goal. But this was one of them. And then, yeah, okay. So then I drew this guy, and I thought the idea was hilarious. I don't remember it looking quite like this, but I wanted to draw a punk pufferfish because to me at the time, that was a hilarious concept. So I drew this guy and I posted him, and the same friend who told me that the last piece, like the mermaid, the first one I did was like the best thing I ever painted, told me that this was absolutely disgusting and was not okay. Like he was so offended by this as a mermaid that I like doubled down, and that's where, oops, sorry, hit the camera. This one came in. So if you're going to tell me my mermaid is disgusting, I'm going to double down, do an even more gross mermaid. And he didn't say anything about this. Like, he did not talk to me. But, yeah, so this was like an anglerfish mermaid. So, yeah. Punk pufferfish was very offensive. End of story. I'm just going down memory lane and dragging you guys along for the ride. Oh, hold on. Gotta boop boop. All right, censored. I think that's acceptable censorship for YouTube, hopefully. Yeah, and then who ran this event? I'd have to look it up. There were two artists that were running a astrology. I'm really tired. It's been a long day. An astrology themed event. I think it was one piece a week for 4 weeks, and they announced which symbol, which sign it was, and I just decided to do it because I didn't really have an event going on, and I felt inspired by it at the time. I'm not really into astrology as a whole. But yeah, so this one was, I don't know. Is that Aquarius? I don't actually know astrology at all. But this particular piece was, for the longest time, my most popular piece on Instagram. And like, I'll still get likes for this sometimes, every once in a while. And to me, it's so embarrassing. I forgot this was in here. But yeah, just because it's so old, and yeah, nudity. I try not to post nudity on things now. But yeah, I mean, I had fun with these, the little backgrounds. Just playing with watercolor, doing wet on wet techniques. I think it wasn't, obviously I did that one little one with the galaxy leggings early on. Am I centered? Yeah, I think sorry, I probably knocked this off center when I put the other sketchbook on top of it. But yeah, I had fun with these. I don't know what's what. Sorry. I really don't know my symbols. I really liked this one at the time. The other one was the most popular, but I had not drawn many people of color, and I was really proud of that, and both like her build, because I made her a little thicker and more muscular, and I really liked how this one came out. And I'm still kind of proud of it because I had no idea, and I still have no idea how to draw a horse. Taurus? I really don't know. I didn't really like this one. This one was kind of rushed. And then, I guess Pisces? Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. This one's sparkly. Okay, so this must be the Daniel Smith Pearlescent Shimmer coating the bottom part. And I think the silver is I think it's around here somewhere. Nope. It's a Malta pen, liquid chrome. Here we go. And I used to like to use this on top of watercolor, and haven't really touched it in a long time, but I still think it's pretty. I've calmed down a lot since we started this event. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm apologizing again. So yeah, this was interesting because this was actually the first time I attempted to film a piece, and I think I posted it on Instagram. I did like just the first parts of the wash and the painting of the face on my, it may have even been the same camera, but I had it hooked up to like a lamp and it was really unstable, and the lighting was really awful. I had no idea what I was doing. So this was my first attempt to film anything, any speed paintings, and yeah, it was just like a little demon chick. I played with the textures a lot and more shiny. I think this is just the FineTec Mica. This one I remember at the time I hated, and I didn't even share it anywhere. So this is the first time it's seeing the light of day since it was painted. I don't know. I don't remember why I hated it so much, but I did. I hate it less now, apparently. And then this one, I was trying to get back on track with doing backgrounds because I hadn't for a while. And I remember wanting to do long hair because I wanted to practice that long flowy hair. I don't like the pose, but I like what I tried to accomplish. So, interesting. I kind of forgot about that. Well, I forgot about a lot of this, clearly, and I've definitely calmed down. Oh, it's still embarrassing. This is like going through like an old diary. Everything is so different, and you forgot like exactly what things, like the things you remember aren't quite what you remembered them to be. I thought the sketchbook was pretty great at one point in time. Hero Academia, Deku. This one was just, I decided I would not do a background because I had been struggling with backgrounds, but I really wanted to do a more dynamic pose. I knew a lot of my stuff was really stiff, and I wanted to do a full body piece, and I thought he'd be a fun character to do it with. I think I planned to do this, like, really wanted to really focus on just watercolor, but I still think I was using colored pencil at this point on all of these. So I hadn't accomplished that goal yet. And this one, the same friend with the bee night, she goes by Sai Sparkle on Instagram. She had a like Christmas cats and did like a draw this in your style, and it was just draw Christmas cats, essentially Christmas cat girls. And just because it was Hanukkah at the time, I decided, and I like blue and white, I decided to do Hanukkah instead. And this is very sparkly, and yeah, very different from what I do now, but I don't hate it. Like, I'm impressed I did that much effort on hair and layers and chunking the hair well. Now that I'm not as, like, embarrassed and I'm getting over it. Oh, nope, it's back. This was, oh man, I forgot about this. This was, I had gotten gouache, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I should have, started with swatching or something, but I guess I did. I didn't even remember doing this, and I tried one piece in gouache and gave up for forever. So I guess the mermaid for the next year was actually the second piece I did in gouache, because I had repressed this completely. Ooh, I didn't even finish that. All right, this is familiar territory. We've seen this one before. The bookmark was actually in here because of the last video I did. Not the last video. I did the draw this in your style with this guy, where I redid him in my Etcher sketchbook. So yeah, if you want to hear me talk about this one a lot, it's in that other video. But I was just really stressed at the time and needed to beat up a character, and this is how I vent. Wow, that is like more detail than I put into hands now. I need to practice more, because apparently that was what I was focusing on. I think this was, I had just gotten Opera Rose, Opera Pink, whatever that really fluorescent popular watercolor was. Everyone was using it, and I had to get it, and I don't know why, because I don't even like pink, and Clearly, I tried to make myself do a piece with it, probably because I had either just bought it or had it for a while and never used it. So, yeah, I don't like this, but need to get back to practicing hands and working more from reference because, yeah, I'm embarrassed that I don't put that much effort into hands now. And apparently, I was still in the opera pink kick. Yeah, I don't like this, but I was like super obsessed. Still, I really love Spider-Verse, and so yeah. Do not like how that one came out, but more Spider-Verse. I feel like I'm just flipping through and like narrating my embarrassment, except I'm also filming a video, which makes it even worse. I'm just talking to myself, and you guys might be watching this. Sorry. I'm apologizing again. I need to stop this one. So I don't know why I wrote that at the top. Maybe I meant to make a post where I was going to talk about my goals for 2019. I don't know if I even shared this one. No, I think I did. This looks really unfinished. I wonder if this may have been me actually like not using color pencils for once and trying to do something completely in watercolor, and maybe that's why I was doing the goals thing. I was trying to like, this is what I'm going towards. Clearly I used pencil for like the sketch, and maybe not. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's pencil showing through or just... And then this was a draw this in your style for, I think, FiFal? Yeah, I didn't like it, but oh yeah, it's the last page, so I just really want to finish up the sketchbook, and I think that's shiny red ink. I don't know, I vaguely remember the original, and I'm not even sure the artist is right, so I'll correct it if I'm wrong when I do the video editing. So, yeah. That is... Do I even want to know what this is? Oh, nope, it's just a blank piece of paper shoved in the back. So yeah, that was not at all what I expected this video to be like, and I need to chill out. I'm terrified to re-listen to this because I think it's going to be really cringy. So yeah, that is my first completed watercolor sketchbook. Obviously I did some mixed media sketchbooks like the Bee before this, so it wasn't my first time using watercolor. My first watercolor sketchbook was actually a moleskin, but I hated it, and eventually I couldn't paint in it. It made me miserable. I don't remember what I didn't like about it. I don't know if that's still the case. If I were to use it today, how I'd feel about it, but I got rid of it because it brought me no joy. And then I had a Strathmore one as well that I did like 2 pages in, I think, and I didn't enjoy that either. And I got rid of that. It was the really low-end one. So yeah, this was the first watercolor sketchbook I completed back in 2019, I guess. I didn't date it towards the end, so I don't know when I finished this. But that's all for that. And yeah, hopefully in the future when I do another sketchbook tour, it's not quite this cringy. I know I have other sketchbooks that are watercolor that are obviously more recent because necessity states. Oh my goodness, what am I even talking about? Obviously, other sketchbooks would be more recent than this one, so I'm more aware of what's in them and it won't be quite this awkward. And I will share those in the future if you're interested. So yeah, let me know what you thought and if this was too weird for you. And I'll talk to you again in a future video. Bye.